What's up guys, Justin here of Tech, and if you're planning to buy a high-end powerful tablet this year, I'm pretty sure that Apple's iPad Pro is on top of your mind. At the same time, you're probably watching this video because you're curious about Huawei's top-tier Pro tablets like this MatePad Pro 12.6. Now, Huawei says that the MatePad Pro 12.6 is their most powerful tablet yet. And even after just a few days of use, we're not doubting that. This device is outstanding and looks very interesting with Harmony OS 2.0 running. However, as most of us are aware, there are still limitations with the lack of Google mobile services, which is a big area of consideration for its price of 55,999 pesos. So in this video, let's dive deeper into Harmony OS's features and at the same time see if its beastly specs are convincing enough to justify its price and lack of Google mobile services. Starting with design, the new 2021 MatePad Pro is available in two sizes, 10.8 inches that features an LCD display and this 12.6 inches with a nice OLED panel without any punch hole notch visible. You can find the front camera on the horizontal top bezel together with the LED indicator. And since the selfie camera is placed on the longer bezel, this tablet is best used in landscape mode. The bezels all around aren't really edge-to-edge, but it is in uniform average size much like the 2021 iPad Pro. Form factor-wise, as you would expect from a tablet this size, there's definitely a heft to it at 609 grams. But hey, it's better than bringing a laptop all the time. It features a curved magnesium aluminum alloy frame that gives off a polished touch together with its metallic matte-coated rear. Our unit is in the matte gray colorway, but olive green is also available if you want something a little more unique. Here at the back, you can find its triple camera module with LED flash, together with some Huawei and Harman Kardon branding. The design is simply elegant and straightforward, nothing over the top here as the display alone makes an impression already. For buttons and ports, up top are the volume rocker and 3 microphones with noise reduction features. Then at the bottom, we get a single card tray that's dedicated for a Huawei NM card. So yes, locally we don't get a SIM card slot here. Sad. Anyways, located on the left side is a red accented power button beside a pair of speaker grills. There's no headphone jack here, but it does come with an adapter in the box. Meanwhile, on the right we have a USB Type-C port and another pair of speaker grills. Now we physically see 4 speakers in total, but really this MatePad Pro is equipped with 8 speakers that are all tuned by Harman Kardon. The array of speakers consists of 4 tweeters and 4 woofers, which results to an amazing well-rounded sound experience. And I'm not even exaggerating, it has one of the best sound systems that you can get in a tablet. Moving on, if you want to make the most of this tablet, then you might want to consider getting its optional accessories, the 2nd generation M Pencil and the smart magnetic keyboard. Using the upgraded M Pen is a breeze. It's buttery smooth to use, accurate majority of the time, seamlessly connects and charges by just magnetically connecting it to the side of the tablet, and we did not encounter any latency issues. The magnetic keyboard on the other hand connects seamlessly too and acts as a protective case for your tablet with a pretty strong magnet. It also allows the MatePad Pro to be tilted at a variety of angles. So it works very well with WPS, Nebo, and other compatible apps that you can download on the device. However, for some reason, I often encounter problems with the keyboard when using it with the browser for Google Docs specifically. Sometimes it still autocorrects even when I already tweaked the keyboard settings. In this case, I just used WPS and copy-pasted afterward to Google Docs. So there's that. Now let's talk more about its dazzling display. This MatePad Pro features a vast 12.6-inch OLED screen with a resolution of 2560 by 1600 pixels and a pixel density of 240 pixels per inch. With an OLED panel, it's not much of a power-consuming display, yet the quality isn't sacrificed. Visibly, we get an exceptional display experience with dynamic and vibrant colors, deep blacks, and sharp details. There's no 90Hz or 120Hz refresh rate option available, but it does have an adaptive resolution toggle to save more battery life. It's got HDR10 support, but sadly it doesn't work for Netflix yet, which is a real bummer because you would want an all-out viewing experience with a display like this. Nonetheless, despite not being able to download the YouTube app, the browser allows you to set the resolution for up to 4K. Going through the display settings, you can tweak the color mode and temperature, customize or schedule the eye comfort shield, and even turn on natural tone that will automatically adjust the color temperature based on the ambient lighting. There's also ebook mode to help prevent eye fatigue if you'll do a lot of reading. Alright, Now let's focus on the wonders of Huawei's new Harmony OS that was also known as Hongmeng. So the MatePad Pro 12.6 is Huawei's first tablet that's running on Harmony OS 2.0, and on a surface level look, you'll notice a few similarities to EMUI 12, but at the same time, it's like the Android version of iOS. We're liking its functional and organized layout. If you prefer, you can opt for a home screen drawer or choose between various themes available in the settings. Noticeably, we get a nice app dock below, and swiping from the left or right edges of the screen will show apps that you can easily drag for a multi-window or split-screen view. We found this very convenient for multitasking. You can even minimize multiple apps that are on multi-window view so you can access them like a messenger chat head. Swiping down from the upper left will show the notifications, while from the upper right will show the control center that's highly familiar to iOS. And to finally answer your questions about Google, well, I'll tell you now that it's still not easy to download specific Google apps on this one. But you can always use the browser for that and add a shortcut to the home screen for easy access. Then again, it is still quite a hassle, especially if you highly rely on Google apps. Although I'd like to note that Harmony OS now makes it easier to download non-Google third-party apps with the App Gallery and Petal Search widget. So apps like Microsoft Word, Spotify, Netflix, Zoom, Instagram, and many more aren't a problem to download at all. If the app is not available in the App Gallery, it will immediately suggest an APK that you can download or a quick direct to the website, which is the case for Google. Some of the limitations that we experienced without having Google services on EMUI then was the convenience of using Google Maps and other services such as Google Assistant. Thankfully, this is no longer a problem since you can now rely on Huawei's Petal Maps, Petal Search, and Huawei Assistant. Although one thing that's missing on the MatePad Pro 12.6 is a desktop mode, which we would have highly appreciated. But it does have a multi-screen collaboration feature that aims to make the most of your Huawei tablet and laptop accessibility with 3 different modes. The first mode is mirror mode that will reflect on the tablet the exact content that's shown on your laptop. With this, you can control your laptop with the M Pen on the MatePad Pro for signatures or even graphic designs. The second one is the extend mode. To simply put, this mode allows the tablet to be an extension of your PC so you can maximize having 2 monitors. Then the third option is collaborate mode that allows you to easily drag and drop files within the tablet and the laptop efficiently. And just like its predecessor, if you have a Huawei smartphone that's at least running on EMUI 10, then you can connect the phone to the tablet and effortlessly drag files and more. Now, these special features are of course exclusive to Huawei devices, which shows how the brand is truly making an effort in creating their own reliable ecosystem. For other features, there's dark mode, digital balance, and Kids Corner that features 5 eye protection modes that are specifically designed for children. So locally, the MatePad Pro 12.6 comes with 256GB of internal storage that you can expand via a Huawei Nano memory card. Out of the 256GB of space, we get a usable 238GB out of the box. As for security, there's no fingerprint scanner on board. Instead, we get a snappy facial recognition that can register up to 5 faces. It's reliable enough to scan your face either in landscape or portrait orientation. Talk about performance, the MatePad Pro 12.6 is equipped with a Kirin 9000E 5G chipset that's paired with a Mali G78 MP22 GPU and 8GB of RAM. This configuration is powerful enough in handling multiple tasks at once, as well as using heavy apps or games for long periods of time. We had fun playing Genshin Impact on it with the graphics settings set to the highest. And with the liquid cooling system, the device doesn't heat up too much except when you're playing heavy games for a long period of time or when you're using performance mode. Speaking of which, you can turn on the performance mode in the battery settings if you want to experience its maximum power. But technically, you don't really need to use it unless you'll be doing heavy tasks like editing and gaming. Unfortunately, we weren't able to run any benchmarks on the tablet since benchmark apps are blocked. But nonetheless, you can surely expect flagship-grade performance with it. Quickly on connectivity, the MatePad Pro 12.6 is ready with Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2, USB Type-C, OTG, wireless projection, and Huawei Share. And as I've mentioned, locally there's no SIM slot available for this tablet. Battery-wise, we get a massive 10,050 mAh capacity with support for 40 watts fast charging, 27 watts wireless charging, and reverse wireless charging. When we ran it through our standard video loop test, the MatePad Pro 12.6 yielded a complete 20 hours and 40 minutes, which should last you a day and a few more hours if you're not a heavy user. As for charging, with a 40 watts charger, it takes around 2 hours and 20 minutes from 0 to 100%. So there's one more aspect that we haven't talked about, and that's the cameras. Its rear camera module is composed of a 13-megapixel main, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 3D time-of-flight sensor. And as for its front camera, it's got an 8-megapixel lens. With a tablet this size, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't use it much for mobile photography, but if you are, the MatePad Pro 12.6 can deliver. Shots taken with the rear cameras often look sharp and clear but can have some tendencies to look washed at times. Therefore, we suggest taking multiple shots. It doesn't perform very well under low-light conditions as we get noisy photos. The color reproduction with the ultra-wide camera looks similar to the standard mode, but do expect a slight fisheye effect sometimes. It's got some advanced smartphone features such as Pro, Panorama, Documents, AR lens, moving picture, light painting, and besides the portrait mode, there's also aperture mode that also works well thanks to the time-of-flight sensor. Huawei's night mode is also available, but it takes 7 seconds to capture a shot, so better place the tablet somewhere steady. And when it comes to videos, the front camera can shoot up to 1080p at 30 frames per second, while the rear can shoot up to 4K locked at 30 frames per second. Shooting under 1080p allows you to toggle the frame rate to 60 frames per second. The front camera performs clear and sharp for video calls with a smooth-looking skin tone even when the beauty mode is turned off. It looks pretty good, but we would have appreciated a wide-angle option. So finally, let's talk about price. The Huawei MatePad Pro 12.6 comes with a hefty price of 55,999 pesos. It's quite eye-popping, but we can say that it's justified with its awesome premium features and performance, especially with a touch of Harmony OS. It's definitely recommendable for creatives, professionals, and students who have the budget for it. Plus, if you're already drawn to Huawei's ecosystem with a laptop, smartphone, or wearables, then this would work great for you. Downloading apps that aren't in the app gallery is now easier, but Google Apps on the other hand are still accessed through the browser, which you should be ready to handle if you are going to buy this device. Now, you'd most likely consider a Pro tablet like this as an alternative for a laptop, and it can do so even without a desktop mode available. Just be ready to consider other Office apps that aren't Google to be more efficient. So yes, if you highly rely on Google Apps, then I don't really recommend this one unless you're willing to adapt. It has a more reasonable price for its specs compared to Apple's iPad Pro, however, it still falls down to the lack of Google mobile services. This would have been the best Android tablet yet. But we'll never know with Huawei. The development of Harmony OS was a big step, and who knows what further improvements they can do. So yeah, this has been quite a long review, and we hope that it helped you decide whether to get this tablet or not. Do share your thoughts in the comment section, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Once again, this is Justin, and don't forget to wash your hands and stay at home.